Hey,
Hey, Nomura, calm down over there.
hey, Brian.
What, Nomura? That's exactly what that sounded like. It sounded like some Nomura shit. It sounded like some shit Nomura would say.
I don't know how we're gonna fix that.
Get rid of that cure. Get rid of that file. Bam.
I feel like I needed that cure.
Yeah, I feel like we just screwed ourselves.
Nah, we didn't need that extra. We can do fine with just 4.
You seem very optimistic about that. I don't know if you've seen the next boss.
I've seen the next boss.
Because I'm kind of worried about the next boss, honestly. Because I'm not even sure if I can do what I want to do with it. So we're going to try it, and then we're going to...
So is he piloting a nobody? I've never understood.
He's pulling a Xemnas Stage 2.
I've never understood what the hell this thing is.
Xemnas Stage 2, man. Don't you know all of the powerful nobodies a part of the organization have the automatic power to summon giant nobody vehicles that they use to fight you in boss form?
Where was that when we were playing Roxas?
He's not that powerful.
I thought he was considered the leader for the samurais.
He is.
Oh,
But that's like saying, you know, Briggs the leader of the whatever the heck they are.
Emptiness will shatter your heart.
He's not Marluxia strong or Xemnas strong.
the way to every major organization member.
Which literally leads to the point of why did you send Axel to fight somebody?
The
that,
13
you know,
members
we're
of
gonna
the-
talk about that. It's literally compared to you.
The 13 members of the organization had a type of nobody that was basically their specific subordinates. The strongest of the organization are implied to be able to summon the crazy vehicles.
Okay, then does anyone else ever do this?
Again, like I
No.
said, you sent Axel to fight a guy that was comparable to you in power. Why?
Why does this thing have significantly less health?
Realistically, that'd be the best thing to happen, though, if I won with this deck.
You know, the hitboxes on these appear to be very, generous.
Oh no, they work on the same.
So, like, how does this boss attack?
He attacks.
Because I noticed the funny part is for having the giant size on this thing, he seems to not really be using them.
No good. Sink into the darkness.
Just mash it out, you'll win eventually.
Eventually.
Hey, that's what we're gonna do in the entire next storyline.
Anywho,
You mean the Riku gameplay disconnected from the story?
Trinity limit.
That... Holy shit.
If Trinity limit's not in Kingdom Hearts 3, I'ma be upset.
Well, you always have had...
you know
some-
things you want in Kingdom Hearts 3.
You always have had some combo attack with Donald and Goofy in most of the games. All the games that have party members.
I'm talking about some. I'm talking about specific Trinity limit.
You know, the funny thing is, I think that name has been used for like 3 different attacks.
If Lethal Frame and Trinity limit are not in Kingdom Hearts 3, I'ma be upset.
Do you want to stop?
Ow! Bumped into the desk. Okay.
Just wait till Kingdom Hearts 4 where you meet Zephyr, the wind keyblade user. That literally specializes in arrow magic. And uses tornado.
To the world without light.
I wish this was a thing. And I wish this is how Nomura wrote his stories. But everything that I just said probably would have been shot down by the mirror, and he would have been like, no, not convoluted enough.
So, the Keyblade wielder would have been tied back to someone in the organization.
Who uses when? Yeah, it's Zolo. Except it's... Let's see how we can arrange his name.
Nomura does
He has a name. He's in Birth by Sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Has anyone ever made an organization name generator? Someone should do that.
We need Mora, Kojima, and Suda51 to make a game together.
No!
No.
Yes. Yes.
No! It would be the most pretentious thing this side of Undertale and the
I
Stanley
don't know.
Parable
I
fucking
feel
put
like
together.
Nomura is convoluted, but I feel like he's humbly convoluted.
You can't be humbly
What do you mean
convoluted.
by humbly?
You don't.
He's humble knowing that his story is completely
You
nonsense.
don't name one of your games a fucking math equation unless you want to prove
It's not
you're
a math
smarter.
equation.
Well, then
It's-
why did he write it right?
We talked-
Like one.
We talked about this. It means before.
Then write before.
Before! Or don't come up with that as a title!
Suda51, Nomura, and Kojima.
He hit him, but he's like, well, I can't really knock this guy in the air, Sora.
Yes, that's what needed to happen right there.
Is
Now
that
we
it?
can break the second phase. No, that's it. If you're playing the Game
That's
Boy
the first
version,
phase.
that's the end of the Game Boy version, Carson.
Okay, so
They
that's-
had to add an extra part.
Roll Game Boy credits.
Also, to point out, in this version of this game, when we made Kingdom Hearts 1.5, we reorchestrated every track in Kingdom Hearts 1. But on this game, we only reorchestrated one track. And it's this one.
This looks like the same thing, but it doesn't have arms now. Oh, because we're fighting on the previous ones. Okay, Nomura.
Yeah, again, what Brian said. Why would you send Axel to
To
beat
fight somebody that apparently can do this.
Yeah, I mean, this
Well,
is...
that's Axel
No wonder
can do this as
Marluxia...
well.
And people wonder why I think Marluxia is Lushu.
Like, that's literally what this is. You literally sent
Okay.
Axel to fight a guy that could do this.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Axel can do this too.
Well, I mean, it's never confirmed.
Also, I want to
as far
point
as
out
we, as
what
far
he's
as we
doing.
know, based off of what I just said, which was complete bullshit, by the way. I literally made all that shit up. I did not realize that was an actual fucking thing.
What?
Marluxia and Zimdus are the only people that can summon giant heartless riding things.
Also, can anyone else see what Marluxia is doing?
It looks like he's sending his phones at
He's
you, but he's not shooting.
T-posing.
No, not that. Not what he's physically doing, but what he's doing with his cards.
No.
Oh.
No one else is- no
Oh,
one-
he doesn't have a fucking deck!
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
like-
that's not what I meant.
What?
Watch him when he does a slate.
Oh, wow, look at that instant slate, though.
Yep. No decks, instant slate.
So basically the game has to cheat
Like
for
I
a
said,
final
pulling
boss.
him out of his
Oh,
ass.
this boss has a instant kill. Does he have an instant kill? He has like a weird instant kill. He also has an attack.
Gale of servant.
Is this what? Was that the skill I think it was? He has a skill that can potentially get rid of my cards, like physically knock them out of me, and I have to go play 52 pickup.
Yeah, it can flip 52 pickup.
Also, why is the nobody thing holding his scythe?
It does. Why not?
Because it looks more badass that way.
But
we talk to go with what I said previously.
Why did we
Zimdus
send?
apparently turns into a knight and literally, has a sword and just swings it at you.
Why did we send Axel to fight someone as strong as us?
That's a very... Because not
Again,
even,
unless
not
all-
even Syax was
Unless
ever
we
seen
have
having
all-
this kind of
No,
crap.
because Syax is so weak, he literally
Well,
became Zemnis.
unless all the other people can do shit like this, they were just dumbasses and never did.
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
This plot doesn't make sense.
It's implied to just be...
Well, I mean,
Him and
I'm
Zimdus.
not going to argue with that, but I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
hey,
it still
use
doesn't make
Doom.
sense.
I'm pretty sure there was the instant kill. He used Doom.
What? What?
So the reason
Oh, actually, no. I'll take it all back. You know, to go back onto my bullshit, that's what the data fights are going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's going to be everybody's giant or nobody thing.
well, see, that's the thing. In the data fight, he doesn't even do this bullshit.
No.
So I want to point out, it's a really good thing actually, because I really wanted that deck to beat him anyway. Because this fight's way easier when you're just spamming Sonically. Because this fight would have been significantly more difficult if I was trying to combo him. Because you saw those instant slates.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like he does that in this game. And I'm hoping he does something...
Yo, Marluxia.
I'm hoping he has some sort of power-up in Kingdom Hearts 3 to do something
Yo,
like this.
Marluxia, we were just in a fight. This isn't the time to go do a number 2.
No, he's just going Super Saiyan.
But yeah, no, in Kingdom Hearts 2,
He's going Super Saiyan Rose.
In Kingdom Hearts 2, he just skips the bullshit and just casts Doom.
We speak English, Rose.
Oh god. Oh god.
That's what they call it, Super Saiyan Rose.
Oh god.
Because it's written with the accent, I believe.
God. It's dumb either way. It's dumb.
Goku
That
Black is
character's dumb. Fuse Zamas is dumb. Goichi is training his Fuse Zamas, so you know everybody's probably gonna run for the hills when that happens.
The best thing to come out of Super was Hit, and then they fucking wasted him. Where's my anime based on the Universe 6 characters? They're infinitely more interesting.
You know what? I literally told Sean that as far as I'm concerned, I thought this is where this story was going. As far as I'm concerned, if we were going to continue Super, we should have literally had an arc where Goku and them, for some reason, went off to Universe 6 and basically just did a bunch of shenanigans in Universe 6.
No, don't involve Goku at all. Just the pure Universe 6 characters, then we can have interesting fights. I just want an anime about Hit taking different hits.
Wait, you mean hit just killing people
Yeah.
and walking away?
Yes, and
Because we have a scene where he takes a hit and kills a dude. It literally takes him 10 seconds because he literally just said, "Oh, your heart stopped pumping."
Who cares if someone created you?
I literally just want...
What is the Riku replica in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Your own heart inside you.
Question science,
Oh my
okay,
God.
answer.
Oh my god, Sarah. Sarah. This is why you're tilting me in Kingdom Hearts 3 when you're like, I'm looking for Roxas. We gotta find a way to save
I
Roxas.
don't have to be real to see how real your feelings are. That's good enough.
Save Roxas and all the other people in Sora's boarding house of a heart?
No, his. Heart is a motel.
Oh my god, wait.
Riku.
He literally just walked out.
Yeah?
We see him again.
What do you mean?
Yes.
We see him
Not
again.
remembering something.
Well, I
doesn't
know
mean
that.
it's
If that's
gone.
what you mean. But that's my point.
No.
When you remember one thing,
We're gonna see him
that
again.
leads to remembering another,
And Riku's part?
and then another,
Yes.
and
Okay.
then another.
Riku fights in Twilight Town.
Our memories are
Alright.
connected.
He doesn't have a boss to fight in Twilight Town.
We call that
He
filler.
literally had nothing to fight there. What was he gonna fight? A boss from Twilight Town? Vexen's dead.
I don't
So-
actually erase any memories. Just take
Riku
it
literally
and
goes to
put it
Twilight
in
Town
your
because Naminé's there.
You still have all your memories.
You still have all your memories.
Riku goes to Twilight Town to find a simulation of Naminé catching him up on what's happened to Sora.
I have to undo the changes
And says that she can stick him in a pod too. And he says no thanks. And then he goes and fights Riku Replica and leaves. Actually, I think he fights Riku Replica first. He actually has 2 stops in Twilight Town.
It might take
He is basically told,
but I think it
there's a nobody you need to go find, which is why he was looking for Roxas.
Like I described it to my friend, plain and simple. Eventually, we get to this part of his Kingdom of Chain of Memories where basically, you know, we gotta restore Tara's memories. And, you know, Diz/Ansem looks at Riku and says, "Hey, dude named Roxas, go snatch him up for me." Snatch him up.
That's
Riku
what
goes snatch him up.
happened!
you won't be able
Which
to
leads to the best exchange in all of Kingdom Hearts.
Even you?
Why do you have a Keyblade?
Why? Why do you have the Keyblade?
Shut up.
He takes like a good 30 seconds.
Hey, wanna
Shut up!
Hey, questions
That's
that
how
we can
you-
only speculate on. Why does Roxas have a Keyblade? But Xemnas has
You
lightsabers.
can lose your memories of this castle.
He doesn't have lightsabers. He can shoot
Why
lasers,
doesn't
and
he
he's
have
just
a
physically.
keyblade? Or can he use a
I
keyblade?
mean, but your question,
He's just
you could
physically
also debate
holding
why
lasers.
doesn't Ansem Secret of Darkness have a
Do I
Keyblade?
have to
Exactly. Why doesn't he?
choose?
Yes.
They never really.
The only
No, because there is no explanation because he didn't
Well,
think about
no,
that.
There is a possible explanation. Well,
Make me like I was.
Please enlighten me.
Let's face it. Roxas doesn't look like Sora.
Okay.
That's the
That
thing.
still does not explain why Xemnas doesn't have a Keyblade.
Well, because Roxas probably isn't even nobody.
The people who are really important to you.
He's probably actually Ventus in nobody form.
Would
He
you
probably actually has a heart.
Even if he is Ventus's nobody, still doesn't make sense
No.
why Xemnas
I
doesn't
didn't say
have
he
a
was Ventus's
Keyblade.
nobody.
So why?
Okay, now so what you're saying is
Is
that
that
Roxas is Ventus.
Roxas is
Period.
Roxas is physically a corpse that is Ventus. He is Sora's nobody, but also Ventus, which
The
means
more-
he has Ventus's heart.
The more you explain that, the less.
The more
sense-
you say, the more words you say,
The less.
the more tilted I become.
the less.
I mean,
sense it
the other
makes.
possible explanation is the fact that Roxas is the only nobody who has a human body walking around without time travel.
I'll just make a big note in my journal.
What do you mean?
And
Sora didn't stay
we'll
heartless,
see
did he?
nominate.
No.
No, Roxas is literally the only nobody whose physical body is whole.
Well, good night.
Mhm.
Well,
But
him
Roxas
and, I'm
doesn't-
sorry,
But
I'm
Roxas
sorry, hold on.
technically doesn't exist
Hold on.
anymore.
There are two nobodies
You too.
who have physical bodies
Okay.
that exist
Look,
as full people.
but what you're saying,
All of
one,
this may
at
have
no
been
time does basically
but
Roxas
I
and
really
Sora
am glad that I can meet
are
you
both
soon.
active together.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
me too.
Because when Roxas,
mean?
when
Roxas-
Roxas is active,
Roxas
what
is
happens?
alive right now.
When
I was
Roxas,
happy.
what do you mean?
Roxas
How?
He's been a nobody. No,
That was no lie.
You get a nobody when you become a Heartless. Sora didn't become a Heartless in Chain of Memories. Ever since Hollow Bastion, Roxas has existed.
No, not goodbye. When I wake up, I'll find
That's
you.
why in
Okay, so-
358-2 days,
We're gonna be friends.
Roxas exists and Axel goes to Castle
I
Oblivion.
got tilted off of that name.
Axel goes to Castle Oblivion in the game.
Yeah.
And comes
Okay.
back.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So what I was saying was wrong, but it still leads into my next thing, which was that's
So the memory of our
technically
promise
not even Xemnas.
will always be inside me somehow.
That's Xemnas from the past.
I'm sure.
Wait, no, that's Xemnas. In what? In what?
Yeah, you're right.
Because as far as I'm
Oh, you
concerned,
mean
I'm
three?
supposed to believe that we went back in time, pulled Xemnas
Yes,
and some
that's
Secret
the
of
point.
Darkness, and
But
pulled
think
them
about
to
that.
the future.
But think about that. That means that Xemnas' full body isn't actually existing with him. Remember, when things happen to Sora, they happen to Roxas. When Sora gets put to sleep, Roxas passes out for like 30 days.
A promise. Huh.
And so, Sora actually can wield a Keyblade.
Some of your
And so
memories
the other
are
explanation we can
the
assume
size of your
is
heart.
that Roxas can only use the Keyblade because Sora is actually a full person.
But don't worry. You made another promise to someone who you could never replace. She is your
Because Sora turned back to normal, but he
Although,
wasn't.
there's also the possibility.
Right, so ignore the cringiness of this dialogue, but I just want to say that this entire time, do you really want me to believe that when Naminé was apparently fiddling around with Sora's memories, that she could not find
Good luck charm.
the ones that were hidden in the darkness?
What?
When you
Oh!
thought of her just once,
Oh!
it was.
I don't got one for that one, Brian. Actually, she
A
did.
wizard did it.
Actually, she did. That's the story of Recoded. In Recoded, they revealed that she just didn't tell you.
Again,
She didn't fill those pieces in because
ignore
they
the
didn't know yet.
story. Just play the
That's
game.
why Recoded is the game, because the ending of the ending of Recoded sends you to Castle Oblivion so that Data Sora can find the memories that Naminé didn't share with him. And that's why Mickey puts it in the note.
Mm-hmm.
and then tells everybody about how he lost the shirt.
Look at all these Final
Why did we learn? Why did we
Look at all
learn?
these Final Fantasy
Yeah, why do we
characters.
remember specific? Oh, hey, you want to know what tilts me? Do you know what Nomura actually said?
What?
He actually said this, and this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard come out of anybody's mouth ever. So what would you say, Brian? Are Final Fantasy characters important to Kingdom Hearts?
As far as we're concerned, technically they're the only ones reoccurring.
Are Final Fantasy characters important in Kingdom Hearts as a whole?
But with our promise, I can come back.
More or less, since a
Because
lot
you
of them
know
are...
what Nomura said
that they're
when he
not.
asked about Final Fantasy characters?
One day, the light,
What?
it will be ours, and it will bring us together.
He said he didn't think they were important
Till then,
to worry
I'll
about.
be in your heart.
That if, he basically said he didn't without saying it. He basically said
I can.
it wouldn't matter if they weren't in the game.
I can understand that to some degree because when you like.
Which I can understand from a standpoint of
Here's
what would
the
they add to
problem.
the story.
Because when you sit there and think about.
Tetsuya Nomura, you son of a...
But my
Fuck
problem,
you.
my problem is the fact that a game created based off of the idea that says let's put Disney and Final Fantasy together. He literally said we don't need Final Fantasy characters.
I can
We just
understand.
need Disney.
So one on a designer base on a basically publicity basis, if he doesn't put Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3, he's an idiot. But on a
You know,
game as a whole, you have to have Final Fantasy characters in this game.
But-
as far as we're concerned, Hollow Bastion / Radiant Garden is too important to this game's story
but like at
to
the.
not be involved.
But at the same time, what does Auron do in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Well, see, that's just a problem.
He's
I have-
just there to be the cloud for Hercules' area.
But I mean, my
Because
problem.
Cloud's
Now, say,
in Radiant Garden.
I could honestly say that our use of Final Fantasy could be better because I
It
feel like there
could.
should be more characters because we focus a lot on the Disney and not enough on the Final Fantasy.
And
Like-
when we do focus on the Final
Because
Fantasy,
basically
it's
have-
basically 7 and
Because
8.
in 1, they were just kind of randomly in worlds, which was originally the point. And I feel like that should have been more of a thing. Like, you should have gone to a Disney world, and you should have found random Final Fantasy character there, along with Disney character. But I think the problem they ran into was you could only have one party member anyway.
Well, that was the thing.
And
is
Kingdom
that-
Hearts 2 decided to make this less of a problem. They made Final Fantasy World, which was fine. Well, actually, it's a thing in Kingdom Hearts 1, but
It's
you
Kingdom
know.
Hearts- it's the King- like I said, Hollow Bastion / Radiant Garden is too important to
You are
not put
correct.
in the game.
And you go to Radiant Garden, so I assume they're there. But how much do we do there? Because
I mean,
all we've seen
you-
is Zexia on the talking
You don't have to do
voice.
anything. You just have to fool around
And
with fucking
yeah.
Google's Neon.
Yeah, and
But
you know,
the problem that I have with it is the man literally said, I don't think Final
Look at
Fantasy...
Fusion Dance.
He basically said something like, I don't think Final Fantasy is that important to Kingdom Hearts.
you know, thinking about it, after Kingdom Hearts 2, Final Fantasy characters did kind of stop appearing
Yes!
for a while.
Yes, they did!
Like,
That's
there are none in Birth by Sleep, right? Now, granted, with it being a
Well, no,
prequel,
well,
that
no.
makes some amount
Well,
of sense.
no, actually, that's not true. You meet Zack
Oh.
Yeah.
in Olympus
In
Coliseum.
Olympus Coliseum.
Basically saying that Final Fantasy VII characters, for some reason, are in Olympus Coliseum.
Well, I mean, it's like I said before. Why is Auron in?
Wait, did that
Why
say-
is Auron in Kingdom Hearts 2? He is literally there because
Was Danny
somebody.
Elfman in the credits?
I mean, the
I
reason
swear they gave a music credit to him.
Look, he is literally in the Hercules world because whoever wrote whoever basically was over doing the Hercules section of the game basically said, "Well, I don't know what to do." And he's like, "Well, just do what you did in Kingdom Hearts 1." And I was like, "What Cloud's gonna be in Radiant Garden?" And they're like, "Well, just pick another fucking dude and make him Cloud." And I'm like, "Okay." So they picked Auron. So Auron was the one that was
Well, I
like
mean-
with Hades.
Well, I mean, and they should have done. I personally feel like they should have tried to do more of that.
The-
where you
the
had a
funny
Final
thing
Fantasy
is-
character helping you.
I say, like, what purpose does Auron have? And he doesn't really have a purpose to the plot of Underworld and Kingdom Hearts 2.
But he's there.
But when you know his story in Final Fantasy X, him being there makes logical sense.
But the thing is that you put Final Fantasy characters there, and then somebody says, "Are those really? Do we really need those?" And if somebody says no, I kind of look at them like, "Why would you do that?" Because I mean, when we go to Twilight Town, I'm assuming we're going to run into Setzer and those other two, and Vivi.
Random Vivi.
In Kingdom Hearts 3, the people from the opening of 2 were in that one trailer,
And
so I'm guessing Vivi and them will be there.
And so, you know,
because
you
reasons.
can't sit there and tell me, oh, we don't need... If Kingdom Hearts doesn't need Final Fantasy characters, that's dumb.
No, they're too important. Like I said before, they're too fucking important to the story. You literally Sora's first 3 friends are Final Fantasy characters.
Okay,
Roxas's 3 friends are Final Fantasy characters.
Actually,
okay. One of them is a Final Fantasy character. 2 of them.
Speaking of
are
Roxas,
random.
Speaking of Roxas and those guys,
Those 3 are not Final Fantasy characters.
I forgot. Correction. One of them is based off of some game.
What?
The fat one?
Yeah.
He's apparently based off of some Square Enix game.
Oh, well, and see, that's something about that too. You know, I guess 3D sat there and said, well, it doesn't make sense to have them here. So what do? They put the world that ends with you in there for some reason.
Which makes
With
even
the
less
most
sense.
ham-fisted, underused.
Again, it is clear that if anything, we are going to have characters relating to Square Enix games in Kingdom Hearts. Period.
Okay,
So if anything,
which makes sense.
they need to be Final Fantasy characters.
Because that's...
That's logical.
okay, everyone place your bets, and now, anyone want to bet Noxus is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3?
I don't know about that. Probably not. I
He's
wouldn't
already
put too
checking.
much money on that. I'll put more money on Lightning being in Kingdom Hearts 3.
That is Nomora's waifu.
I don't know. After his comment, I'm thinking there's not going to be anyone new in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, look at Kingdom Hearts 2. We literally had a section of the game where we literally were fighting Heartless, and everybody in the mom was pitching in. Because they were like, look at me! Remember me when you fought me in the tournament?
Because they remember, oh
I
shit,
did
Final
these
Fantasy.
moves. And then Cloud shows up and he's like, what am I doing here? And then, Sephiroth shows up and he's like, what am I doing here?
349 Sonic Blades. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what did you guys think of Sora's final boss and story overall? First off, I think it's interesting that they added phases to the final boss. In the GBA version, the final boss does not have as many phases to it, and it is far easier to cheese, so the added phases in this version give the final boss extra difficulty. As for the story, I really do think Chain of Memories has a terrible story, and in my opinion, Chain of Memories is a perfect example of when the story started to get really bad. I mean, you could debatably argue that the first game had a terrible story, but I'm willing to at least be fair in saying that Chain of Memories is a very common starting point for the terrible storytelling that pretty much every subsequent Kingdom Hearts game will have. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. My social media links are in the video description. Now, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and leave some comments. If you want to keep up with our videos, hit the subscription button and ring the notification bell. And if you follow me on social media, that helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. See you all next time.